Hello everyone, welcome to a very quick video regarding Gran Turismo 7 update 1.25. There has been an update to the tyrewear model. There's some good news and there is some bad news, but we've got the patch notes up on the screen there. You can see it under physics simulation model, adjusted the tyre simulation for heat generation and wear ratio. That's exactly the same text that they used a couple of updates ago when they significantly changed the tyrewear model from being gradually the tyres wearing but with a kind of significant and noticeable drop off in performance to a tyrewear model where the tyres wore a lot quickly. They had a very finite life, but the kind of performance of the tyre was pretty much the same for the entirety of, or at least 90% of its life. I was very vocal in a couple of videos and also in my live streams that I thought this was a negative change to the game. For me, it kind of very much ruined the strategy, it made strategy very static. The undercut was pretty much gone. The ability to kind of try something a little bit different, and try and gain track position and deal with the tyrewear at the end was very much ruled out because of this change to the tyrewear model. So yeah, I was very vocal. I think I was one of the very few people who has like a channel, small as it is, that was actually making any kind of noise about this. So I was very interested to see that they have once again changed this tyrewear model, and there is some good news but there is also some bad news as well. So to test the difference, I had a reference point. We've got this week's daily race C at Laguna Seca in the Group 3 cars. In the Hyundai Genesis, I knew I could do 7 laps on the medium tyres. They would barely do the 7 laps and then the tyre would be absolutely dead, out of tread, and the car would become undrivable. So that was my reference point as I went into a custom race and basically reran the exact same settings for this week's daily race C. And coming to the end of lap 7 here, you can see we still have quite a bit of tread on the tyres there. Now at this point on the old tyrewear model, on the version 1.24, the tyres were absolutely gone. That front right tyre, there would be absolutely no weight on it whatsoever. So definitely the tyres are now lasting a little bit longer, and the good news about that as well is there does seem to be a much more noticeable drop off in performance on the tyres as well. You can see we've done a 121.7 there on lap 3 and we've dropped off into the sort of mid to high 122s by lap 7. When we get to the kind of same point where we run out of tread is around about lap 9 now, so that means the tyres are maybe lasting about 20% longer than they did previously. They still do perform reasonably well right up until you run out of tread, but there is a significant much more noticeable drop off in performance, 1.5 seconds there between lap 3 and lap 9. Now that's the good news. The bad news is I just decided I would keep driving on these tyres and see what happens, and you can see as we keep on going we ran out of tread on both the front tyres and one of the rear tyres, and we are very close to running out of tread on the left rear there as well. Now previously the car would be completely undrivable. You would just be spinning constantly, understeering absolutely all over the place, but on this new model, whilst your lap times are a good bit slower, when we are 4 seconds a lap slower, we can just kind of keep driving the car fairly normally. It's a bit like having badly worn hard tyres, or maybe being on intermediate tyres or a dry track. There's still grip there, the car is still more than drivable, you can still easily get the car round the track. Not sure this is a good thing, PD. I think if I'm running on 4 tyres, I've got absolutely no tread whatsoever, I shouldn't really be able to get around the track within 3 to 4 seconds of my best lap time. So I'm happy to see the change and that the tyres last that a little bit longer. There's a bit more of a noticeable drop off in performance that should open up the strategy a little bit more. But yeah, basically you can run the tread right down and just keep driving. You will be 3 to 4 seconds off the pace, but bear that in mind. If you've got 1 lap to go, don't make a pit stop, just drive around on the rims because the car is still actually quite drivable. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'm not sure that's the way it's meant to be. Might be something that gets patched out in the near future. Personally, I would still like them to go back all the way to the old tyrewear model that we had on GT Sport, and then GT7 first came along. I still think that's the superior one out of 3 different tyrewear models that we've now had now. But yeah, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button if you think the video deserves it. Hope you're enjoying update 1.25. Thank you very much for watching. shall catch you on the next one. Goodbye now.